Hello everyone watching this on YouTube. This is the first stream actually since relaunching. You can probably see on the channel there's a bunch of stream VODs there. I decided to do a bit of a rebrand, reshuffle, and move over to YouTube for Twitch rather, for doing the rest of the streams. So we'll see how this goes. Alrighty, I have my buddy Nick here with me. Goes by Onik. So
howdy.
Hello, Nick. And yeah, we're just going to jump straight into it. The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, which took a very, very long time to make it to the West. But
Sure did.
Do you know how long it was, Nick? Like, was it like 10 years, 7 years, something like that?
I think the first game came out in around 2015.
Damn, 7 years.
This Chronicles was released last year, July, kind of mid last year. So yeah,
That's
a good while.
Something. 2015. Wow, there we go.
This number one. So
It made it here in the end. I should probably put a little bit of background. So I have, I've never played an Ace Attorney game myself. I do own the original trilogy and the Great Ace Attorney now, but I have watched 1 through 3. And Nick, have you played all of them at this point, including the spin-offs?
yes, I haven't finished Late and Verse Right as a spin-off, but I have played all the mini games. I've played both the Edgeworth spin-offs, and I've played both of these games.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah, long story short, Nick is my FA equivalent here. He's going to be guiding me through the adventure, because I have no idea what the hell's happening here, except that it is in traditional Meiji era Japan.
I believe so. Yeah.
That's all I really know. Let's just jump into it. Captain,
Yes. Now you.
please no Yeeterino.
The Empire of Japan.
Please.
After opening its
Yes. So we
doors,
set the language
a
to
push for
English.
cultural transformation brought great waves of Western
Gotcha.
influence to
Yeah.
this far eastern
Which is
island nation.
When
I
I
might-
played the first time, but
I might potentially
Japan.
switch it to
Revolution washed
Japanese
over the
after this.
land, making life in the
Yeah.
capital
That's
That's
okay.
just a
It's-
bit easier for us to
unsettling.
riff
It was a
over.
period of great change,
Yeah.
and some was swept away by the tide.
this is the intro
Okay.
that every case normally has. Oh,
Oh. It was the butler.
what was it?
But for one man, the turbulence of that era was just the beginning of an extraordinary story.
Oh. Who could this be?
Ooh.
Bienvenue à la Carnival. That was butchered.
Bienvenue au La
Agreed.
Carnival.
22nd November, 8:43 a.m. Supreme Court of Judicature Defendants Antechamber. My God, that's slow. Defendants Antechamber 5. Do you want to take main character Kun, or should I?
Ooh, I
Do
mean,
you want to be like offsider?
Sure. I'll do offsider for this time.
So I'll do this. Go. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe this is happening. How can it be that just beyond the doors to this quiet little chamber is the highest court in Japan, waiting to decide my fate? Oh, Dorkun.
Oh, Bailiff.
What?
Bailiff Jan.
Oh, no, nothing. Save your glares, murderer. Sorry. My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a second-year student at the Imperial Yume University. 3 days ago, I somehow found myself in the middle of a horrifying incident. And now here I am, awaiting my trial. That's enough! Oh, never mind, son.
Oh.
I took your line.
That's okay. We didn't know that's who it was.
Yeah, please, all yours.
He's
You don't
not
have to,
obliged to listen. He's not obliged to listen to such abuse, officer.
And who are you?
I'm this man's lawyer. I'll be defending him today.
lawyer?
Yes. And until the judge has given his verdict on the case, no one has the right to treat him as a criminal.
It's a fucking
So you will hold your tongue.
Technicalities. Look at you. You haven't even graduated yet.
Yet, I still seem to know better than you how a court officer should behave.
I see what you mean.
Right, Ryunosuke.
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. Go Menasari.
What are you apologizing to me for?
Oh, no, I suppose that wasn't my fault. But really, Kazuma, I never meant to drag you into this. I'm sorry.
There you go again, apologize. Just like always. Oh, that was you. Whoops.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing when they don't color the text boxes or whatever.
Yeah. Though I must say, you've been all over the newspapers these past few days.
Real quick, I noticed that you mentioned the headband blowing in the wind when there was no wind. I didn't realize what that was. So Nick briefed me like a little bit when we were like going,
Yeah, so his headband is always...
It's just epic. The fact he has a fucking sword.
Yeah.
God, anyway. Oh.
Yume University professor murdered in cold blood by student. But obviously, you didn't actually do it, did you?
Of course not. You have to believe me. I didn't do it. I could never murder someone.
And there's nothing to worry about. Straighten yourself up. Hold your head high.
Yes. You mean...
I believe you. I know you're innocent, Ryunosuke.
Oh. Kazuma, what a G.
Yeah.
Kazuma Asogi, my best friend, also in his second year at Yume University, and apparently way more competent than the entire courtroom. But he's far more clever than I, a star student, in fact. Or I, a star student, in fact.
Yeah, so Kazuma,
a star student.
Yeah, Kazuma is the star student in this case.
Yeah. He's even a qualified lawyer. Impressive, considering...
It's not that impressive.
You cut me off, Kazuma. Fuck you. I didn't press anything there. He just...
The very concept of lawyers is only a few years old. Here in Japan, anyway. My qualifications don't mean much. Yet.
You said exactly the same thing 3 days ago, when you got your qualifications. I'm proud to have a friend like you, Kazuma, truly. 3 days ago. Yes, that's when all this started. What is this, a date? Congratulations, Kazuma! Do you voice the zoo? Is it like Kazuma or Kazuma?
I've always said it as Kazuma.
Kazuma, yeah. I guess
Yeah.
yeah. It looks like you're going to get to study abroad at last.
I know. I've been forever dreaming of this day. Finally, those government elites have acknowledged my academic achievements and successes in court.
So you'll be representing Japan as you immerse yourself in the most sophisticated legal system in the world. I'm really happy for you, and proud as your friend. There's not a soul in the university who doesn't know Kazuma's name. He's a living legend. It's like there's some mysterious aura billowing around his temple.
His headband. I want to bring change about in our own legal system. Oh, I don't have a voice tone to him yet. I need to work on this. That's why I have to cross the ocean and see the real thing with my own eyes.
The heart of the British Empire. I wish I could see it too.
And come with me.
Sure, lol, okay.
We'd have a wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's City of London together.
What a Britaboo.
It
If only it were that simple.
Oh dear, look at the time. I'd better be going.
He hasn't even drunk his tea. Oh, okay. I'll see you later. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a while longer and, drink my tea. That's what we're here for.
Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class Western restaurant like this. See you in English class tomorrow, then. Partner.
Partner?
Oh, he takes the tea with him.
He just walks.
He took the coffee.
Yeah, he takes the fucking mug. It was straight after that. That's when it happened. That death glare. Asugi.
New character.
May I have a word? I'll do the old guy.
Okay. The old guy is a professor. Yeah,
Professor.
He probably has quite a and he's a good. I would say he has probably like he's fairly like dignified and well respected. So like.
Yeah.
And but he's also pretty chill. So like, yeah, he's a good guy.
Ah.
Yeah.
You're lying.
Oh, my bad. No,
You're good.
Professor, I didn't know you were coming.
Oh, that fluffball.
Yeah.
Well, this case has personal significance to me. But never mind that for now. Asogi, you should go immediately to the judge's chambers.
To His Excellency's chambers? Why?
He was looking for you before. You advocating for the defense in this trial was a sudden decision. It seems there may be some confusion around procedures today as a result. Sounds like you need to be tutorialized. Who is this man? I feel as though I've seen him at university before. Is he the university dean or something?
No, he's just a professor.
Okay.
Yeah. But he's fairly well respected. Yeah. I see. I'll go at once then.
Now enjoy talking to yourself.
Okay. I need a Sasuke voice.
A Sasuke voice.
She's very well refined. She's quite sophisticated.
Mm-hmm.
I shall accompany you.
Yeah, that works.
She should have a softer voice. All right then, Yunosuke. See you in the courtroom.
Yeah, thanks, Kazuma.
And now you get to talk to yourself.
Yeah. This is awkward. We're Minecraft villagers. If I may. Yes, sorry. You must be the defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, I believe. Yes, that's right. My name is Yujin Mikitoba. I'm a professor of forensic medicine at Yume University. Ah, Professor Mikitoba. I've heard that name from Kazuma before. As I recall, he's been pushing to get the government to agree to Kazuma studying abroad. Asogi has told me about you. You and he are best friends, I understand. Huh? Why is that a surprise for Ryunosuke? As such, I feel you should know. Know what? Well, as you've no doubt heard, Asogi has been granted permission to go study in Great Britain. However, if he should fail to defend you in today's trial, I'm afraid that permission will be revoked and never granted again, because this is Ace Attorney and everyone is murdered after a single day with no trial, because fuck them, I guess.
And also probably because it's probably very expensive to send them overseas.
Yes, probably.
Yeah.
What? As I suspected, you were unaware of this. This bullshit extra clause. I had a feeling Asogi must have chosen not to tell you.
I don't know why he would.
Huh? He agreed to defend me, knowing that if he fails, his dreams will be shattered to pieces? I don't understand. Why would the government do such a thing? The administration has to choose from a large number of applicants for overseas study. It's very difficult to to persuade them to grant permission, even in the most favorable of circumstances. I don't believe it. But I didn't do it. I swear, I'm not a murderer. I'm sure that's true. Nevertheless, I can assure you that proving your innocence will be no easy task. You see, there are certain peculiarities about today's trial. Gomenasari, what do you mean? You'll soon understand, once the proceedings get underway. But then what should I do? Well, naturally, I'm not going to suggest doing anything that could lead to a conviction. Right. So, as soon as the trial starts, punch the judge in the fucking face. Assert dominance. Only that way will you prove your innocence.
Ill the prosecutor.
Yes, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense. The trial cannot be run if the prosecution is dead.
Is dead.
You clearly know how to use a pistol from murdering the professor. I didn't like him anyway. Fuck that professor. When that happens, you must answer before anyone else. You must say, I do. Oh, he's getting married. He's getting married to his best friend. Okay.
To Kazuma.
Yep. I do. But what will the question be?
Yeah.
Surely not? Do you accept the accusations brought before you? That was the wrong voice. Of course not, and stop impersonating me, please. It's not a good look. Defendant! Court is about to begin. Proceed to the courtroom at once. Oh, it would seem our surreptitious discussions are to be cut short. So allow me to summarize. You're fucked. Kazuma Rasogi is going to take the fall on you, and you should feel guilty about it. No, he must not be the defense lawyer in this trial.
Yeah.
Of course, as the defendant, the final... Oh, he's getting you to represent yourself.
Yeah, he wants you to represent yourself, because if Kazuma fails, then his trip overseas, like, it puts his trip overseas at jeopardy. But if you represent yourself and you fail, then Kazuma might still... Because Kazuma would still be able to travel overseas.
I see. What are you waiting for? Do you want to be found guilty for failing to appear? Get moving. There's no point of anyone advocating for the likes of you anyway. Gee, people are very, very judgmental. This is it. If this trial goes badly, I will continue to slow zoom in on their eyeless, soulless bodies. Kazuma's dreams of studying abroad are over. And what's more, I'll be found guilty of murder. And so, with absolutely no idea of what lay ahead, I embarked on that unforgettable trial. My one and only chance of proving my innocence, the trial that would decide my destiny. This is fun. I like this.
I think you've chosen a good voice to start off with, because like as the games progress, Ryunosuke gets more confident.
Yeah, I picked him to be like a kind of a snotty kid, a little bit.
Yeah, he is definitely nervous and jittery, and he grows into his role as he gets more experienced. So, yeah.
22nd of November, 9 a.m., Supreme Court of Judicature, Courtroom 2. Oh my god, he's so epic.
It's so epic.
So, this, it's a courtroom.
I'll look at Ryunosuke's eyes darting all over the place. Supreme Court of Judicature.
Of Jiu-Jitsu. They fight.
Judicature. No court in the land has more power.
The judge is very high up in this. I guess when they switched it to 3D, they did that. I don't much like the look of the people sitting in the public gallery. They all are the same model and faceless.
They're all faceless
human
soldiers.
Beings?
Lots
of military and other uniforms in there.
The powers that be have demanded that this be a secret trial.
Okay.
I think it meant to just be closed.
A secret trial?
Yeah. A trial that's closed to ordinary members of the public. Only military and government officials may attend.
What? But why?
It'll become clear in time, but for now...
You're fucked.
You need to concentrate, Ryunosuke. It's about to begin.
I was sipping my tea.
All good.
I was sipping Kazuma's tea. Oh, it's
pain.
Pain. Not so it.
Whatever.
The judge will now hear the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Do you want to be the prosecution?
I'll have to be ouchy. He's got a whiny voice.
Yeah.
This is gonna hurt my throat. The prosecution is ready, Your Excellency.
Oh, perfect.
As is the defense.
I love this guy's beard.
So epic.
Before we begin, there is one other point of order I would like to confirm. Yesterday evening, the defense made a last-minute request for change of advocate.
That's correct, Your Excellency. I made the request myself.
Normal procedure is for the defendant's advocacy to be decided 2 days prior to the trial, but since this is apparently a snap trial, I don't give a fuck. I'm obliged to ask for a final confirmation now. Who advocates for the defendant in this trial? Oh, bullet time. This is it. This must be the question. Who's going to defend me? That's the question the professor meant. But then, if I say I do... I need to answer quickly. What should I do? Well, he's going to answer I do, of course, because he cares about his bud.
He does, yeah. Quick time event. Your Excellency, no confirmation is needed. As I'm standing here beside the defendant, I hope it's clear who will advocate for his defense. Hi.
Oh. What is the meaning of this unruly outburst? I would like to inform the court that I, Ryunosuke Naruhodo, will be defending myself. You'll be... What?
What? What are you playing at, Ryunosuke?
Professor Mikotoba told me everything, just now, before the trial.
He did what?
He said that your dreams of studying abroad would be dashed if you were to lose, and something about a marriage proposal. It was very strange. Oh, yes.
Yeah, he just mumbles. Yeah, there's no text, but I vocalized. Hopefully, it was heard.
I don't know. It didn't get picked up. That's fine.
That's a shame. How sad. It means you don't have faith in me.
Oh.
You think I won't be able to get you off?
No, it's not that, really. It's just that, well, on the off chance that things don't go well for me, I couldn't bear to be the reason that you...
Yes. I knew that's how you'd feel. Which is exactly why I decided not to tell you. Professor Mikotoba shouldn't have stuck his nose in.
Oh. Very well. The court hereby recognizes the defendant's desire to advocate for himself in today's trial.
Well.
I love this guy's look.
Does the accused admit defeat already? Renouncing his own counsel? Really? Yeah.
Objection.
Make no mistake, counsel. This merely shows that the defendant's innocence is so apparent, he's confident he can speak for himself.
Oh, Kazuma, so epic.
Isn't that so, Naruhodo-san?
Huh? Yes, exactly. Sorry, I whited out for like 5 minutes there. Exactly what I wasn't thinking. I'm not confident at all. In fact, My mind's a complete blank. Oh, good.
I realized you're in. What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I think it just lagged out for a second. We're all good.
I'm not muted, am I? No, I think that's
you're fine.
okay.
You're fine. You're all good. It just lagged out for a second.
Yeah. Right. I realize you're in charge now, but still, try not to look so bewildered.
Hey.
Wow, for a mere university student to be brought before the Supreme Court. You must have perpetrated a most heinous crime indeed.
I wonder what that kanji says.
I'm not sure, yeah.
As you are no doubt aware, this is the Supreme Court of Judicature in Japan. Judicature? Judicature? Judiciary? Judicature?
Judicature sounds alright.
Judicature? Yeah, it's a very clunky word. Accordingly, the very highest standards of conduct are expected of all present. Do I make myself clear, Defendant Naruhodo? Yes, Your Excellency. It is therefore my duty to assess your competence for the task you have undertaken. My competence? What does that mean? He's
questioning your ability to do the job.
I was changing one of your lines. Well, he can't be questioning it more than I am. So let's start with the very simplest of questions. Yes, kindly state before the court the name of the victim in this case. Well, that's easy enough. I've heard this name more times than I'd care to remember. But, wait. Oh god, I'm so nervous. I can't even remember that. What was it again?
Ryunosuke. Let me guess. Your mind's gone blank.
You know me so well.
All the relevant information for this case can be found in the court record.
But
What?
I can't even find that.
Sorry, almost
You're
muted one of your
right.
lines. It's simple. You can access the court record with a press of R.
But it does nothing.
Yeah,
it's later.
if you ever find you've forgotten something, just consult that. It's all in there.
I just have to press R for the court record. All right, there's no time to lose.
Oh, there it is.
University color pin.
This is the list of evidence you've collected. Now try switching to people instead with R. You'll find details about the victim in here. When you're done, just press B to go back.
This guy looks like Inspector Gordon from Batman.
A little bit, yeah. Coach the Gordon. There. That's
Tsuchi Ouchi. John H. Wilson. Oh, he's a visiting professor. That's not good.
So that's why he's from the British Empire. So that's why it's that's why it's closed.
I see.
So remember, everything to do with the current case can be found in the court record.
We could probably speed run through like just tutorial dialogue.
Yeah, and they often ask you if you need to hear it or not, like for cross exams and stuff. Now you better not keep His Excellency waiting any longer. Go on. Find the victim in the people section of the court record and press X to present. Try it now.
Hiya. Hi. The victim's name was Dr. John H. Wilson. What?
I was looking at the other screen.
That's fine.
Well, at least you can remember the name of an esteemed member of your own university. I don't know what's happening to his voice. Dr. Wilson was a visiting professor from England, invited to Yume University 3 years ago.
Indeed, which is the reason why this case has such profound implications. The British Empire is at present our country's most valuable foreign ally. And as most of you will be aware, we have just signed a new treaty together, after lengthy negotiations.
There can't be anyone who hasn't heard of the Anglo-Japanese Treaty of Friendship and Navigation.
That is a very long name.
Yeah.
AJTFN. Aftnen.
And yet, despite these delicate circumstances, the blood of an Englishman has been spilt on our soil. You two are both undergraduates at the Imperial Yume University, are you not? Murdering a professor from the very institution that provides your education. Have you no honor?
Well, he's insinuating that Kazuma also murdered him.
I guess he's
but
probably...
I didn't do it.
Kazuma has no honor because he's defending Naruto.
Yeah, I guess so. The case is coming under great scrutiny from our allies on the other side of the world. The court, therefore, wishes for a speedy resolution to this matter.
Speedruns.
Speedruns.
In other words, our feeble government is scared of upsetting England's policymakers.
Oh my god, could Kazuma be any more epic?
Yeah. And you're a convenient and expendable scapegoat to blame for this crime.
Ah, so that's why the trial has these unusual peculiarities, is it?
Exactly. Our government needs to convict someone as quickly as possible. All because the victim was an Englishman.
Yes, Dr. Wilson was an Englishman. I feel we've established this point like 5 times already.
Yeah.
I guess they're trying to really underline it. But nationalities and treaties won't make any difference for me here. In fact, the fact is, I was there at the scene of the crime. His eyes.
His eyes, yeah. Oh dear, look at the time. I'd better be going.
We've already kind of hit this, so that's fine. I think I'll stay and enjoy this place a little longer.
Good idea. After all, it's not every day you get to visit a high-class restaurant like this. See you when you get off tomorrow then, partner.
Partner? Steals.
Partner. Steals coffee. Yeah.
The British Empire. Wow, it's incredible to think. Wait. A target. I've seen that man at university. I'm sure he's a visiting professor from Great Britain. I don't know his name, but still, I should go and say hello. So I went over to the professor's table and introduced myself to Dr. Wilson. Now then, let me pose my next question to you, Defendant Naruhodo, if that is your real name. Yes, Your Excellency. How did this professor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson, lose his life? State before the court the cause of death. Cause of death? Well, obviously, that was,
Ryunosuke. Remember that in court, every assertion must be backed up by evidence.
Oh, evidence? But how?
Find the piece of evidence that shows the professor's cause of death, and then select present. Do it now!
A post-mortem report. Single bullet fired. You never have to, like, present the page of the autopsy report, right? It's just, like, the whole thing.
In this case, no. But in some cases, they do want specific references. Because occasionally there'll be, like, ones where Phoenix or someone will have, like, a really big file. And they'll be like, oh, you keep waving that thing around. Show us the useful, show us the relevant information. But in this case, you've only got very little. So, yeah.
Present. Hi.
Yeet that at him.
According to this, victim suffered a hemorrhagic death due to goon shot trauma.
Don't you read, you imbecile? That's the post-mortem report, I take it?
Sorry, yes, that's right. The post-mortem report.
In the West, a doctor dissects corpses to identify the cause of death in an autopsy.
But here in Japan, we just punch them.
But here in Japan, a police officer merely inspects the body and draws conclusions that way.
Oh, I see. Oh, as long as I'm not going to be tested on any of this later.
This is a so-called photographic print of the scene of the crime.
So does that mean... Well, it's technically spoilers for first, second, or third, but you know one of the cases where there was like a bullet that was not where... Like, that was kept in a place for a very long period of time, that they would have no way of knowing that, right?
Yeah, like, I guess because they don't actually do autopsy, they only just have a look at the body and make an assumption. Yeah, there could be reasonably something that they've missed. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, I wonder if that'll come into play.
Yeah, and we'll have to wait and see.
Oop.
You can clearly discern scorch marks around the bullet hole produced by the powder explosion. In other words, we should assume that the victim was shot at close range.
That would be a very close range.
Yeah, powder
Actually,
burns.
Yeah, actually almost like directly touching. Because the powder would have been really spread out if it was like a bit further away.
Yeah, so it must have been, pretty close.
Because guns back then were very dirty. Like they would have a lot of fouling. Thank you, counsel. The court will accept this modern scientific evidence into the report. What's a photo? What's a camera?
A photographic print.
Is this a drawing?
Such a realistic painting.
So that's a photographic print. Well, that's something I've never seen before. It's clearly superior to a drawing. The detail is incredible. Very well. I'm satisfied with your answers. Guilty. Let's start the trial.
I'm getting a little bit of audio delay. I'll just...
T-posing.
Certainly, Your Excellency.
Why did Ochi just T-pose?
To be a bit flashy. So without further ado, in order to better apprise the court with the facts of the case, prosecution hereby calls its first witness, who was there at the scene of the crime when it happened.
This is it then.
I think I may have worked out what the professor had in mind.
The professor? You mean Dr. Mikitoba?
Yes, clearly you're the defense lawyer today, not me. But that doesn't mean...
Wait, Kazuma can just be here without being the defense?
Well, I can still act as your assistant.
Okay, well, there we are. Question answered.
Counsel, yeah.
I might take the witnesses, I guess, because you're kind of doing... Because the judge isn't talking that much. So you're doing the kind of like a lot of chatting, so I'll do the witnesses.
Yeah, that's a good idea, because...
of course. When he was speaking with me before, he simply said, Kazuma Sogi must not be the defense lawyer in this trial. And you, Ryunosuke, are fucked.
He really has been sticking his oar in, hasn't he?
Maybe. I mean, the last bit was unnecessary. But any help you can give me would be greatly appreciated, Kazuma.
Well, my first piece of advice is, rein in that crazy look of bewilderment and control the cold sweats.
Only if you rein in that crazy headband and control the cold stares first.
He acknowledges the headband.
Oh. What an epic gamer.
Witness, state your name and occupation for the court, please.
Of course. My name is Satoru Hosonaga. I'm the head waiter at a Western-style restaurant called Le Carnival. Hosonaga, that is not COVID safe.
Hosonaga is unhealthy. Sounds like the name of a light novel.
Yes. Are you alright? You seem to be coughing up some... Oh, that would stain.
Yeah.
It's a regular occurrence. It's strawberry juice. It really doesn't bother me. Well, it really should.
Everyone knows the capital's southeastern quarter was developed for foreign visitors some years ago. It's become a very fashionable district now, full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. This grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants.
What?
On an Occidental eatery 3 days ago.
So-called restaurant. Understood. This guy looks like a warlock, actually.
He's a bit epic, the judge.
Naga-san, would you kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident? At once, sir.
And no petty interjections from the aspiring lawyer boy, please.
Oh, perspiring maybe, but aspiring? It was just after 2 p.m. on the day in question. We have a few diners at that time of day. We have few. The lunchtime rush was over, and there were only 3 tables still occupied. What's the bet that this guy is sick because he accidentally shot himself and is actually the murderer?
Well, you'll have to play on and see.
We'll see.
No.
That fits.
I know the answers, obviously, but I'm not going to say anything.
I'll ask rhetorically.
Yeah.
That fits in with my memory of it too. There was hardly anyone else in the place. Bullets. They're not tasty. Don't eat them.
Oh, shrapnel. God.
When I was in the kitchen putting away crockery and cutlery, a gunshot rang out, so I hurried to the dining area to see what happened. I found the victim, an English gentleman, slumped in his chair. Notably, he is facing cleanly away from the table and has a stake in front of him, so there would have to be a major reason for him to do that.
Yeah, for the chair and everything to be turned. Unless this was a photo taken, they turn it around. Unless they turn around to inspect him.
Potentially, yeah.
We'll see, yeah.
Well, because the bullet didn't leave, so it wouldn't have damaged the chair or anything.
That's true, yeah.
And standing immediately behind him, gun in hand, was the accused university student. Hi! That's me. Hold on, let me just clarify something here. Well, I did pick up a gun that I found lying on the floor beside the professor and shot him. I didn't? Fuck. I really shouldn't have said that.
I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interjections. Court wishes to listen to the witness report of what he saw, you amateur.
But, Tisk, tisk, tisk. Next time you interrupt at an inappropriate time, you will be penalized, Defendant Naruhodo. But if you save scum, you can avoid being penalized.
Yeah. Don't worry, Ryunosuke. You'll have your chance to fight back. For now, we must just quietly listen to the witness. If I may confirm one point, waiter. Standing beside the victim with a gun in his hands was the same man we see here in court today. Okay, it's in the ouchie.
Rip ouchie. Yes, yeah. Without question.
I see. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim?
This guy is losing a lot of blood. No. There was no one else around that table but the deceased Englishman and the university student. Wait. What did he just say? There was no one else around that table.
What's the matter, Ryunosuke?
That's not right. When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello, there was a woman sitting opposite him at his table.
Really?
And that's not something the waiter could have missed. I've been warned about interjecting, but still, what should I do? It's cut in his theme, I noticed.
Yeah, the tension theme.
Well, I think this butler's full of shit. So, see you, buddy.
Interject? Yeah.
Hi.
Hi!
Just a moment, please. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. I'm sure of it. There was a lady sitting with him at the same table.
Dear me, dear me. What are we going to do with you? With your blatant disregard for court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud. Could it be that the accused, this mere student, is not a real lawyer after all?
What do you... But I'm sure of what I saw.
Osunaga-san, is there any chance you're mistaken? Perhaps your memory of events is hazy?
He's so poised.
He is.
No. Oh my god, the glasses kun. The deceased gentleman came to dine alone. I don't believe it. This poor man. Actually, I have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Because I'm completely innocent and I really want to just fucking kick this kid into bars. Please, have a look if you'd like. Let me see. This is kind of useless. It's just... okay. A sketch of the establishment's layout drawn by yourself, I presume. That's right. I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone. What? That doesn't prove shit. Well, you're clearly a very conscientious waiter. Wait, why would a waiter have a business card? Unless it was a business card of the establishment?
When it gets added to the court record, check it out.
I shall.
Yeah.
Because if this person is the owner, then that's a very different kind of thought bubble. Thank you, sir. He likes hammering. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, well, the drawing wasn't that good. Is there a problem? Hand it to the court officer at once. Nah, I'm good.
What was that about? He's been completely calm and collected until now.
Oh, is that his tell?
I'm
just going to let him just cough up a lung for a sec.
I'm so nago.
Something certainly seems to have shaken him. The waiter's business card. Do they have the 3D look at thing? So they do. Good.
For some pieces of evidence, yeah. Some photos, obviously not. But yeah. So the court has now heard a precis of the case. Yeah, his T-pose.
That's such a power move, T-pose into power stance.
T-pose into bench hit.
Bench slap. Yes, at the moment the gunshot was heard in the restaurant. The only person in close proximity to the victim was the defendant on trial today. It would seem we are looking at a black and white case here.
Oh! Check the court record.
Defendant Naruhodo? Oh, can I actually...
Yeah. Oh, no, so you can't, but you can use magnifying glasses, so it won't let you... In this case, you can't spin it. Maybe it is going to tutorial to show you how the 3D mechanic works.
Yeah, because you can see there's kanji on the back, like this, that, but you can't really make out what it says. And I have a feeling the contents of this business card is a very important detail.
Yeah, so it's probably going to get... Yeah, it's probably going to get you to learn how to do it, actually, yeah. So...
Wait, these tables aren't 4-seaters. They're 2-seaters. Huh.
I mean, they can just move chairs in and out.
That's true, I guess.
It's hard to see in the photo, but yeah.
But they're certainly not solo tables.
No, yeah.
So there's space for other people to sit there.
Defendant quite a large
Naruhodo. Yes, Your Excellency. So, you admit your guilt at this stage. The court is willing to look mercifully upon you. Oh, if you.
If you admit
I was like, that's very presumptuous.
In other words, you may have some small reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment.
do they do capital punishment all the time in this version? Because in the previous games they just seemingly that was just how Japanifornia or whatever the hell worked.
That's in the previous version. It started off as capital punishment, but I don't know if it kept it that way.
Because it was very intense,
It was, yeah. In Japan,
some of the murders were basically they weren't serial killer stuff. So it was very
I think they mention it maybe once or twice, and then I get the feeling that because the dude from the very first game, the Frank Sarwit, he gets he's the criminal in the first case. Spoilers law, and
it's he's the only person there.
He's the only person. But you encounter him in prison, maybe 2 or 3 years later in the Edgeworth game.
Oh,
so whether that's just them a case of wanting to reuse a familiar face, a familiar character, or
right.
maybe they decided that the capital punishment was a little bit harsh.
Yeah, because it kind of just yeets that character out of the fiction.
And Von Karma, he dies in prison, or but that's because he was almost 70. It's because he was almost 70 as well.
Yeah.
So I think they kind of in the original games they kind of gloss over it and they sort of they mention it, but then they kind of drop it. But sense. I don't know, I can't remember what we'll probably find out in a sec how Japan does it. But in Britain they have the punishment. I think when they go to England, there are threats of the gallows or whatever.
Yeah, I mean they go around for the time period. That does make some degree of sense.
Yeah. I call this waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of a case to the court.
Oh, unsworn. Interesting.
But I must warn the defense, if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial, the prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who are present at the scene of the crime.
Well, why aren't they here then, ouchie?
Yeah.
If they are so sworn, why are you bothering with this dickhead?
He's probably just putting out the unsworn one as it's a tactic.
Yeah, it's a bait, basically.
Yeah.
Oh. What do you think I should do, Kazuma?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm going to be found guilty one way or another, it seems. Wouldn't it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence? that head turn.
Yeah.
Everyone keeps telling me that this trial is unusual, about the peculiarities. You've said it, Professor Mikotoba said it, and so has the judge and the prosecution. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this.
As I said from the outset, I believe you're innocent. I trust you.
Oh, Kazuma's a star.
And yet, despite knowing that, you're willing now to throw that trust back in my face? Is that it?
Oh, what?
If the accused is in fact innocent, then a defense lawyer is duty-bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary. Are you just going to abandon that duty? Are you going to give up on yourself? The battle hasn't even begun yet, Rinosuke.
Oh.
The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency.
The open hand chop. Oh.
Yeah. We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses.
We invite the prosecution to shut the fuck up.
Sit down and shut the fuck up. Then we'll see just how decisive this evidence really is.
Oh. Indeed. That was epic. Professor Ouchie, please continue with proceedings.
Well, you were warned. The young can be so reckless. You know, many call me a saint, but I can be a devil when I want to be.
I can be your devil or your angle.
BB.
Wink.
Wink. In a few short moments from now, that dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silenced forever.
Judge, are you seeing this shit? This is a threat. This man is threatening me with violence.
The prosecution calls its next witnesses.
Very well, officer. Bring forth the witness at once.
Witnesses.